Shalom, shalom, giving all honor, all praise, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashum, Yahweh Shai, Bahashum, Arachak Warash. Double honors to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone that rule well. As always, peace, blessings, and salutations to the tabernacle of David, the hopeful elect, scattered abroad across the four winds of the earth. Woe, woe, woe to the inhabitants of the earth. You know, we in that time, brothers and you sisters out there, man. It's official. You know, they just carried out an operation on Iran. And I figured, you know, this was definitely imminent. You know, once certain foreign ministers and, certain staff members of these embassies were all, given the kite for people to start evacuating and leaving, leave Iran, leave Israel, so on and so forth. So I knew it was official and it was finna get real. They carried out a surprise attack on Iran, and they got Iran surrounded. A lot of aircraft carriers, and they done moved a lot of equipment to that side of the world. So we're officially here, man. All right, Habakkuk 2. The vision was yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. All right, so here go Nero 47. He made his official speech, right after the operation was carried out. And I believe since then, Iran has retaliated, and I got a video clip and I also got an article. So they're going to start swinging back. They're going to start hitting back at several U.S. bases that are, throughout that region in the so-called Middle East. All right, so it's going to be a game of chess, because now there's no turning back, and there's definitely no peace. There's no way, Iran can take this and then want to all of a sudden come back to the table and willing to negotiate or whatever the case may be. That's not happening. So now it's official. It's on now. It's up. So let me play this real quick.
Began major combat operations. Military began major combat operations in Iran. Our objective is to defend the American people by eliminating imminent threats from the Iranian regime, a vicious group of very hard, terrible people. To the members of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, the armed forces, and all of the police, I say tonight that you must lay down your weapons and have complete immunity, or in the alternative, face certain death. Finally, to the great proud people of Iran, I say tonight that the hour of your freedom is at hand. Stay sheltered. Don't leave your home. It's very dangerous outside. Bombs will be dropping everywhere. When we are finished, take over your government. It will be yours to take.
Man, it's on. All right, it's up. It's official, yo. Okay, we're gonna go more into this, tonight in our live. When the brothers are all here, but yeah, this is we're officially in it. All right, and hey, brothers and you sisters out there, man, hey, stay prayed up, of course. Pray, more times than ever. You know what I'm saying? Make sure your house is in order, because it's finna get serious, man. All right, we're officially in that time. All right, the Lord said there will be wars and rumors of wars. All right, so it's not officially the end, because you obviously there's one more thing that we have to welcome. All right, that we have to anticipate, which is the hour of temptation, when this devil caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive that charagma. Okay. So I'm gonna go to Matthew 24:6. And it says, "And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation." You just had a breakout between Afghanistan and Pakistan. So now it's going down with them. All right. More rising tensions between these NATO countries and Russia. All right. So it's finna get crazy, man. All right. Mexico, they're having their situation. All right. So America is going to be all over the place, which is no new thing under the sun. Ancient Rome, their military was overexpanded, spread thin, and our economy is horrible. All right, the dollar, it could collapse at any moment. Oil, gas prices finna shoot up even further. So yeah, it's about to get raw. Okay. So, like the scriptures tell us in Luke, don't be overcharged with the, with drunkenness and surfeiting and the cares of this life, and that they overtake you. So we got to definitely keep our eyes open and be sober and be vigilant. Okay. We're in that time, man. Nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there should be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. I believe you just had one in the Carolinas. It was a small one, but one just hit in the Carolinas. All right, you still got the pestilences, is things going around, rare bacterias and funguses that are deadly going out, all these food recalls. We know what it is, though. This devil, he's basically trying to depopulate, So, yeah. It says, in earthquakes in diverse places, all these are beginnings of sorrows. So, yeah, this officially escalates the situation, and Lord willing, this is definitely the beginning of the third woe. And I put up my 60th part to the series, countdown to the third woe last night, and based on that one, everybody's evacuating other countries, all right, that have staff in those major countries, Iran and Israel. They were calling for them to leave, evacuate. So I knew it was official when they did that. But see, the pride of these devils, man. And I believe a warning was given by one of the colonels. He advised Trump, do not do this. And you had that one ship, the USS, what was it, man? They was having toilet issues because they were really trying to stop them from going over there. So they really don't want to fight in this war. The military, they're really not trying to fight this war. But what could they do? So this is going to cause division within the the military, because people were split. They did not agree, with this. All right, I think a brother had posted where one of the colonels of the U.S. was removed from his position because he pretty much came out and said, this is a proxy war for Israel. I believe he said something like that. I believe it was Colonel Carmack. Let me just see real quick. He was a high-ranking member, but he was removed. Was it last summer? let me see. Yeah, Colonel Nathan McCormack, Pentagon officer removed over anti-Israel post, internal probe launched. And remember, a lot of representatives and officials were saying anybody that start to speak against them and what they're doing, they should be banned off social media. Their account should be monitored. Their bank account should be frozen and all this stuff. So, they just look for more unrighteous decrees to be enforced. They're gonna be strict on monitoring people's opinion or criticism of the U.S. government and how they're acting on behalf of the tiny hat. And the tiny hats, they wasn't gonna wait for America, whether America was gonna, participate or not. They was gonna kick it off. Now, them tiny hat proud motherfuckers, they're super bold, and they're very confident. I did that lesson yesterday. How they would, the devil, he was sitting in front of Mike Huckabee, and he was saying like, "Hey, we ain't got no fear, and we're just, we're gonna have front row seats, and we're gonna watch this miracle happen, and this and that and the third." So they were like very, confident. So these are bold people, picking a fight that they've been trying to start for the longest. They just needed America to back them up. All right, the hammer of the earth. And then they officially went in there and did their strike. And I think they did it ahead of time, But America had to go along with it. Like, well, they started it, so we finna now we in it. So now here we are. But let me get this. Was it this scripture? Or it might be the 8th chapter. Yeah, Sirach 8:15, and this is for the tiny hat. All right, they're super bold, and that's because they feel invincible, being protected and allied with the hammer of the earth. This is why they do. This is why they move the way they move. All right, his sword. It says, "Travel not by the way with a bold fellow, lest he become grievous unto thee, for he will do according to his own will." Which they always, they'll take matters into their hands. They have been encouraging Trump for the longest to start the war over there with Persia, and now here we are. And so now you got Iran under attack, but now they're retaliating and hitting all of America's allies in the region, hitting all their bases. All right, so you're not gonna just punk Iran now. They this time they were serious. Usually they be bluffing and talking and pump faking, but now it's up now. They know right now they're in a kill or be killed moment. If they die, if anything just dies down, or they stop defending themselves, they will be taken over. Because you heard what Trump said. He wants to destabilize just to stop the government. Still pushing the narrative that the citizens or the civilians is with, getting rid of their current government, But we know that was really a operation being carried out. The people that were protesting, what was it? What's the professor name? Professor Muhammad Marandi. He broke it down. He was pretty much saying that in the first couple of days, the business owners and staff people that were making money, the money had their currency had crashed. The U.S. was, of course, had their hand in that. So people took to the streets and had a uproar. But then after the second or third day, they noticed that the crowd, it was changed, and then you had people that were armed and they were going after officers and taking other civilians hostages, but they were acting like it was the Iranians, doing it. So of course, the devil got to come with his lies to justify his actions. All right, hey, their right hand is the right hand of falsehood. That's why you can never trust them. All right, the scriptures say, Never don't sit him by thee, lest he seek to take thy seat. And that government already knew not to trust. But you might have had a few civilians that were bamboozled. All right. But their whole plan is to basically overtake that regime so that they can have some control over the region. Then they can finish eliminating who they need to eliminate for their greater rally project. Okay. So I'm gonna read this verse again. This is Sirach 8:15. It says, "Travel not by the way with a bold fellow, lest he become grievous unto thee, for he will do according to his own will, and thou shalt perish with him through his folly." And that's the least of the flock is gonna be the cause of why this great whore perish. You know, the least of the flock shall draw them out, and they shall make their places desolate with them. All right. So they're gonna perish, and we already know how Babylon's gonna go out. All right. So it's only a matter of time. This thing is finna start moving quickly. All right. So let's go to let me go here. And this was one of the attacks on a U.S. base in Bahrain. Let me play it.
مسيرة يا شباب مسيرة اضرب 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 عجل مسيرة يا شباب مسيرة اضرب 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 اضرب
Yeah, it's official, man. Iran hits U.S. Fifth Fleet Naval Base in Bahrain with missiles. So they finna, and they said that they was gonna do it. We're gonna hit every U.S. base that we know of, all over this region, and they have the firepower to do it. All right, Russia and China, they was preparing Iran. They knew what was getting ready to happen. Okay, so yeah, they're firing back this time. It's for real. This is from BBC. Iran says it has hit U.S. base in Bahrain as it launches strikes across region. So I think it's gonna go down like this for a minute. We're just gonna be drone strikes on each other, and they're gonna be attacking each other's bases. You know, they're probably gonna say that they're gonna go after more Iranian nuclear facilities, so on and so forth. You know, so it's going to be a strategic battle between each other before it start to, you know, grow. And then you got boots on ground, and then other countries, you know, sending their men and soldiers with boots on ground. Before you know it, Joel 2 and 3. Okay. They're going to be in that desolate, that barren desert. All right. With their back towards the was it the utmost sea, and their face towards the utmost sea, and their back towards the hindermost sea. All right, between the Red Sea and the river Euphrates, man, that whole region, because right on the other side of the Persian Gulf, you know, which the Euphrates go into, is Iran. So, yeah, man, and we're gonna see where Turkey, because you know Turkey, they was also saying don't do it. All right, so we're gonna see, you know, what Turkey is gonna do, which is Gomer, or the house of Togarmah in Ezekiel the 38th chapter. All right, and we're gonna see all the responses from all, you know, allies involved. You know what's gonna happen. You know, they're gonna, you know, step in and try to stop it again. I don't think they can stop anything right now. You know, I don't think it's gonna die down. I think it's up from here on out. So along at some point, you know, these other countries, they're gonna be choosing sides, and they're gonna, you know, join in at some point. All right, because there's so much interest involved, a lot of you know, economic interests, you know, trade, all everything. A lot is at stake. You know, and they can shut down the Straits of Hormuz and officially disrupt the oil supply. You know, so yeah. Yeah, we here, man. But you know, I'll be definitely keeping my eyes, my ears to everything. We're gonna continue to watch, stay upon our watch, as the scriptures say. You know, but in the meanwhile, pray and you know, stay sober, stay vigilant, move circumspectly. Okay. You know, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So I'm gonna end on that. And you know, Lord willing, I'll see y'all brothers and you sisters in tonight's live. So with that, I'm gonna give all honor, praise, and glory to y'all, Bashem Yahushai. Shalom.